Jari Babu sa Bhagavan, Yogamino, Yoga Sandhya. So, this is another process of Yoga Siddhi, Ajagar Vitti, Ajagar, python, lying down in one place, eating and passing evenings to everything, Ajagar Vitti. Ajagar the python, it lies down in one place, big python, sometimes covered by the earth, but still he gets his food. Big animals enter into a home of the python. And the python can eat even a full horse, what to speak of other animals. But still, Krishna supplies him food. He hasn't got to go anywhere. So sometimes saintly person, they sit down in one place. If Krishna sends him food, he will eat, otherwise he will starve. In our Acharya Sampradaya, Madhavendra Puri, Villamangal Thakur, they are doing that in Vrindavan. Villamangal Thakur, he was blind, he was sitting in one place, and Krishna used to come and supply him milk. So, there is no anxiety for maintenance of the body. There is no anxiety. Shastra therefore says, don't spoil your energy for the matter of maintenance of the body. That is already settled up. Ego jo bahunam vividhati kama. That is the basic injunction. Nitya nityana, chetana stetanana, ego jo bahunam vividhati kama. The Supreme Lord is Nitya and we are Nitya. Nitya means there is no birth and death. Na jayate na vyati va. Nitya sasatayam na hannati hannavani. This is our constitutional position. And what is the difference between the two Nityas? One is plural number and the other is singular number. The singular number, Nitya or Krishna, he supplies food to everyone. Whatever we require, that is already settled up. Therefore, we should not spend our energy for maintenance of the body. That is not required. Tasaiva heta pradati kovida nalabhati jad brahmatam parjada. Our human energy should be utilized only for that purpose which was not fulfilled in other lives. 8,400,000 different species of life, and you are changing tatha dehantara prapti by nature's law, prakriti vinay karmani, according to guna and karma, we are changing our body in 8,400,000 species and forms. That is why nature's law, it is going on. And in nature's law, according to the body, one has to eat, sleep, and self-gratification and protection. That night you see so many dogs, the whole day they could not get food. At night they are crying. And there are other bodies, they are eating nicely. Even the small birds, they have got food. But this dog, they cannot get food. This is God's arrangement. They are condemned life. Otherwise, others are getting food. Why? this bird is not getting food, the hawks, they're eating stew. So varieties of life and varieties of position, you cannot change them. That is not possible. So the theories, humanitarianism, Daridra Narayan Seva, Seva, it is not Seva. A poor man, you can have mercy, daya. That is allowed. It's like we distribute prasadam. That is Varisheshu, Ishare Tadadhaneshu, Varisheshu, Prema Matri, Kripa, Upekha, Kripa, those who are suffering, innocent, they do not know how to get released from the suffering. They are called Vanisha. Just like a child. A child is suffering, he does not know how to get relieved. So one should take care. They should be given shelter, they should be given cloth, food. It is the duty of the parents. That is natural. So, for the Balisha, innocent, it is our duty to show them mercy, give them food, give them shelter, give them instruction of Krishna consciousness, so that he may understand why he is here in this material world, why he is suffering. Kiyami kano more japrita putra. Everyone is suffering threefold miserable condition of life, adhyati, adibhoti, adidaivi. So, the Krishna consciousness movement is meant for showing mercy to the innocent who are suffering in this material. That is what. It is not Daridra answer that I am very rich man, I am rich Narayan, and therefore I can serve the Daridra Narayan. There is no question of serving them. No. The fact is, everyone is suffering. There is nobody. Because asat griha, sada samudvigna dhiyam asat griha. Anyone in this material world is suffering, full of anxieties. Even the birds and beasts you will find they are full of anxiety. Why? Asat griha. Because he accepted this material body, which is asat, which is temporary. Asatoma, sadgama. Their Vedic injunction is, don't stay in this material existence. Come to the spiritual existence. Sat, Om Tat Sat. This is the civilization. Not to keep the people in ignorance and flatter them that you are making very good advance. There is no advance unless one is interested in spiritual life. There is no. Tasyaiva heta pradatita purida nalabhati jad pramadam. In this way, we are wandering within this universe in different forms of life, in different planets, in different social positions, so many varieties. So this is not our life. Our life is to regain our spiritual consciousness, revive our spiritual existence, and for this purpose we must endeavor the Srivahita Pradati Kovida. Kovida means one who is intelligent. Otherwise, those who are not intelligent, they think that I have got this life, I shall enjoy sense gratification, and there is no life after death. Krishna says, Tatha dehantara prapti, but these rascals will say, no, there is no life. So, therefore Krishna has said, Mura, rascals. They do not accept what I am speaking in this Bhagavad Gita. Namanga duskita namura pavudranti nara. They got the chance of understanding Krishna, but they do not. No. And the so-called rascal leaders, they are also misleading them. That there was no battle of Kurukshetra, there was no instruction like that. It is all mythology, and we can utilize it for our political purposes, but it has no value. I can interpret in my own way, you can interpret in your own way. Actually, this instruction has no value. Jatamat tatapa, you can interpret in your own way. I can interpret in this way, things in way. This is the position. Therefore, our movement is being checked in the Western countries that this is a brainwash movement. Brainwash movement. That we are injecting some ideas by psychology, mental control, and our people, they are taking to it, and it is spreading like epidemic. How to check it? Therefore they are now taking action, how to stop this Hare Krishna movement in Europe and that time. Of course, we are not afraid of this attempt. They will never be successful, rest assured, because we are pushing Krishna consciousness. Krishna was attempting to be killed from the very beginning of his life. That is the nature of this material world. How to kill God. God is dead. This is their attempt. So, from the life of Krishna, we can understand that so many attempts were made by the demons and the Rakshasas to kill Krishna, but actually Krishna killed them all. So, if you are sincere, if you follow the principles and push on this Krishna consciousness movement, nobody can kill you. You will go forward. Rest assured. We are not going to be killed. That they are perceiving. That this movement is spreading like epidemic. And the young men of Europe and America, they are taking seriously. Professor Still Sanjuda already has given his conclusion that this movement is not going to stop. It will go. That's a fact. Krishna cannot be killed. Neither his movement cannot be killed. Rather, those who are attempting to kill, they will be. But we must be very sincere, serious, follow the regulative principle and chant Hare Krishna mantra as you have been taught. Follow this principle boldly and there is no fear. So, Rishabdev is Krishna. So, you became disturbed while walking on the street. It's not disturbed, but it is instruction that if you are disturbed, you feel disturbed in this way, you adopt this way, you sit down. Similarly, if they are disturbing too much, so we can sit down in one place and chant Hare Krishna. There is no difficulty. Krishna will send you all necessities. Tesam nityami yuktanam yogakshevam vaham. He promises. Krishna cannot say anything lie. He is perfect. So, if there is actually impediments to push on this movement, people disturb too much, never mind. You sit down in one place and still go on preaching. Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna bole. People will come, stay in India. Why India? In your country also. Instantly person goes, they come. That is the practice in everywhere. So, you can sit down and still preach. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Amara Gai Guru Haiya, Taro Ei Desh. Ei Desh means where you are sitting, where you are living. Any place. And sit down, Amara Gai Guru Haiya, Taro Ei Desh. But try to deliver this innocent person who are suffering. Everyone is suffering. And that should be the motto. Do not sit idly, eat and sleep. No. Either loitering, wandering. I know our men in Krishna consciousness, they are bold enough. They have sometimes been, beaten in the airports, but still they are so straightforward, suffering from the police, from the public, and Rishabdev was sometimes biting on his body, urine, parts urine on his body. So much. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rishabdev. So, he is teaching us that for the ultimate benefit of life, you prepare yourself to suffer all kinds of tribulations. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this instruction. Tinadapi suniche, karorapi saisnu, amanina manade, kirtaniya. You should not give up your preaching work. Kirtaniya sada. If there are tribulations, as Rishabdev, he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vaikuntha. And he has no suffering. Haridas Thakur, he was beaten in 21 bazaar. Regular with cane, because he was Mohammedan, and in those days the Mohammedan kingdom was going on. Pathan ruling. So the Qazi, he saw that one Mohammedan, he has become a devotee of Krishna. So he called him. So But with great fortune he became a Mohammedan, and now you are taking to Hinduism. You are so unfortunate. So he could understand that he is a rascal. What I shall talk with him and argue with him. He simply said, "Sir, it is, what is the fault there? Just like so many Hindus, they sometimes become Mohammedan. And suppose if I become a Hindu, then what is wrong there?" The Qazi took it very seriously. You are answering? All right. Ordered him that you beat this man in 20 or caning. So, Udas Thakur was beaten in public market. The idea was that beating you die. But he did not die. Then the men who were given in charge to beat him, they became afraid that if this man is not dead, then the Qazi will take us very seriously, that we have not beaten him seriously. So they began to flatter him, "Sir, unless you die, we will be dead. Our life is in great danger." So Haridas Thakur made a show of death, and he was brought before the Qazi that here the body is dead. Sometimes this kind of tribulation are there. Jesus Christ, what was his fault? He was preaching about God or Krishna, that's what his fault, and he was crucified. So this is the word. This is the word. As soon as you become, this is Maya's arrangement. Maya, as soon as she sees that this man is going out of my hand, she will put so many tribulations, and you have to tolerate them. Tinara Vishanichi, Taruru Vishanichi, Amani Namani, Kirtaniya Sadhgadi, you cannot stop Kirtan, that is not. So, I should learn from the Mahajana Jinagata Sapantha. Learn from the Mahajan. Mahajan means the devotees. Mahajan is also addressed in India to the Banias, means the mercantile class. Mahajan. The Brahman is addressed as Pandit, and the Kshatriya is addressed as Thakur, and the Vaishyas are addressed as Maharaja, and the Sudras are addressed as Chaudhuri. This is Indian etiquette. So we are not talking of this Beniya Maharaja. Mahajans are described in this Shastra, 12 Mahajans. Sambhu Narada Sambhu Kumara Kabila Manu Prahlada Janaka Bhishma Bali Vaiyasaki. Well, they are 12 Mahajans, and we have to follow this Mahajan. The Rishabdev is also Mahajan, and the greatest Mahajan is Krishna. Nitya Nityana, Chetana Chetanana. Jana means life, and Mahajana, the supreme person. Mahajana Jinagata Sapantha. Don't argue unnecessarily. Tarka Pratishtha Suto Vividya. You cannot come to conclusion by this method or that. Just try to follow sadhu marganugamanam adu udvasam Sadharma prichya sadhu marganugamanam. We have to follow the footprints of great saintly persons, devotees, Maharaja, here is Abhay. But in the Kali Yuga, it is not possible to imitate Ajagar Vitti. It is not possible because we are already so weak. Manda samanda matayo manda bhagya muddaka. This is our position. We are very unfortunate. Every one of us has very bad manda, bad habits. So it is not possible to imitate Rishabdev or Haridas Thakur. Don't imitate, but try to follow. Anusaran. Anukaran is not good. Anukaran means false imitation. That is called anukaran. And anusaran means to follow. Or try to follow as far as possible. So, we have got good opportunity to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is intelligence. Jangai Sankirtanai Praya Jajantihi Sumedas. There is no need of unnecessarily accepting civilization, which is impossible in this age, because we are so much disturbed. We are already dead, just like animals. Therefore, it is a special conscious. Kalo dosanidhi raja, he asti eko mahaniguna, kirtanadiva krishnasa, bhaktasana. Simply try to chant Hare Krishna mantra very sincerely, without any offense. Then it is not possible to imitate or even follow Rishabdev's process of self-realization. And because it is not possible. But as it is recommended in the Shastra, as Rishabdev in his another incarnation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching Kalo nasti o nasti o nasti o Bhaktivedanta. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Chant Hare Krishna and you get perfection. Thank you very much.